Alrighty, looks like we're live. Yeah, looks like it's that way. Hey everyone, hope you're doing well. Let me get these links going, then I'll pull up the chat. We can begin. Hope that you're staying warm and safe during this cold spell most of the country's going through these days. Okay, let's see here. Share this, copy link. Alrighty, link is on Discord. Minds. Now it's time to get this onto the Discord servers, then we can begin. Oh, puppers, did you have to grab the noisy toy? Here. Chew on that instead. It's softer. Oh boy. Hey, can you please chew on something else? Here. Take the bird. Take the toy bird. There you go. Sorry about that. Alrighty. And ready. I'll do one more. Let's see here. Alrighty, looking good. Okay, now let me just pull up the chat and we can begin. Alrighty, now where we last left off, we're getting to the second door. We've gone through the first door, and where we had a, I guess to sum it up, our main protagonist, Mel, he had a crush on a girl that was coming to the mansion, and then it turned out and it was revealed that it was the person he was crushing on was a little closer to him than he initially realized, and it led to a very, very tragic outcome between him, his sister, and his half-sister. It was pretty crazy. So, with as crazy and sad as that first door was, I'm a little nervous about door number 2, especially since before we walked through it, all we could smell was blood. So, let's get going and figure out what awaits us behind door number 2. And here we go. The second door, 1707. The mansion sat in ruins in that era. Not a soul resided within. The grandeur of the house was lost to the ages. It was in perpetual decline. Not a flower grew in the garden. Dust and dirt blackened the plaster. Cobwebs blanketed the corridors. Ivy shrouded the outer walls. It was not a pleasant sight. As hard as I tried to fight it, I could not stop the mansion's descent into disrepair. The depth of the previous owner's grief, or perhaps despair, was far too much. After the beautiful, flaxen-haired family, people stayed away from the mansion. They had no heirs, so their bloodline simply vanished into the depths of history. Oh, okay. Well, I was guessing that Nellie and Arthur may have had offspring, but I guess not, huh? It had been about 50 years since the house last had a resident. The forlorn property appeared as though it had been abandoned for centuries, and the occasional villager who stumbled upon it did not remain there for more than a day. My time there was rather solitary. That was perhaps the loneliest time of my life. Everyone who visited the mansion feared it, and it was left without anyone to become its master. I even came to believe that my time serving as a maid would have come to an end in this era. However, one day, I noticed something out of the ordinary. As a servant of the house, I am almost immediately aware of any new presence within its walls. And there appeared to be someone downstairs. Can you imagine just how delighted I was? Though part of me was anxious about what kind of person I might find, the possibility that it could be you had my heart aflutter. So, resisting the urge to rush, I headed for the basement. The cellar was where red wine, smoked meat, and other preserved foods were kept. By that point, the wine was practically antique. As I had expected, a man had made his way into the cellar. Is anyone there? Although I am unsure if referring to him as a man is entirely accurate. Oh my, this is quite something. Oh! Hey! No, don't bark. The very first thing I sensed was an almost unbearable stench. The odor emanated from the man, heightened by the food he had carelessly rummaged through. Blood-red liquid spilled from wine barrels, soaking the floor. His sunken eyes had a piercing, wolf-like glimmer in them. His teeth were sharp and yellowed, visible as he ripped into a chunk of meat. He grumbled into a seemingly inhuman tongue. I was looking at a beast. Or perhaps a half-beast. There was another source of odor in the room, though. It had something of a kind of metallic tinge to it, and when I noticed this, I nearly passed out. The red liquid was not just wine, as I had assumed. The beast had, I presume, stolen a weapon from the village. A sword far too nice for him lay on the floor by his side. I could hardly imagine how many people's lives he had taken with that blade. It was visibly wet with blood, even in the darkness of the cellar, but at the same time it had an imposing gleam. Hey, stop there. The fine, luscious aroma of the wine could not mask the stench of the blood in the beast. Holding my breath, I took a few moments to ponder. Ponder what? Oh, master, you know. Tell me, were you summoned here by the mansion? Did you come here knowing what kind of place it is? If you are in want of money, you are welcome to help yourself to some of the furniture. And I imagine the villagers will be willing to welcome you if you dressed yourself in a bit more like a person. Then you can trade the furniture for food and make your way to a larger town. The wolf was able to fool the innocent little girl simply by putting on clothing, after all. Oh dear, I was afraid you wouldn't understand me. What am I to do? I was in quite the predicament. Nevertheless, it meant a great deal to me that I had found someone who did not fear the mansion, be they human or beast. So I decided I should give him my assistance, while doing my best not to agitate him. Say, could you, perchance, be my new master? I'm wondering if, now obviously the maid and the mansion are intertwined, but I wonder if she's bound to the building or if they are both in congruence with their existence. And what I mean like that is like, do they both serve the same purpose, or does the maid serve the mansion? The mansion sat near the ocean. To say it was perched upon a cliff might make it sound rather intimidating, but you could see the beautifully clear sea through the windows, a glittering expanse of emerald and turquoise. If the mansion had been in proper condition, it would have been breathtaking against the backdrop. I even wanted to plant orange trees in the garden. It was a tumultuous era. The sun still shone bright upon the land, which only served to emphasize the house's unsightliness. Oh yes, perhaps I should give you some more background information. At that period in time, a war had just drawn to a close. The once gorgeous wetlands were infested with crows picking at decaying remains. Bodies of soldiers fallen in battle continually washed up on the shores of coastal villages. The people wanted nothing more than for the curtain to draw on that deeply political contest. And when it finally did, the kingdom, with its richly fertile shores, was stripped of its independence, beginning a new era under new rule. The people were exhausted, their spirits wasted away, and the splendor of the ocean and sky did nothing to help. In my mind, the beast was emblematic of the times, emaciated and enveloped in the scent of blood. But the war came to an end. Thus the beast did not have to remain a beast, I thought. Did he? And so, I endeavored to make the beast more human-like. First, I needed to do something about his appearance. I would draw a bath, scrub away all the filth, and dress him in clothing left in the mansion. However, having sat unused for 50 years, the majority of garments had been devoured by insects and were of little use. So I searched the mansion top to bottom for anything the beast could wear, heated up some coals, and set to work ironing what I found. At the time, steam irons had not yet been invented. We used plates of iron heated with coals. They somewhat resembled kettles. I even prepared meals for the beast, in order to teach him proper table manners. Although, with the mansion in a nearly uninhabitable state of disarray, there was only so much I could do in the kitchen, and the only supplies I had to work with were what was left in the cellar. As such, I was not able to put to use the cooking skills I had learned in the flaxen-haired family's time. Now. You mustn't eat with your hands. Do you want to get your fingers and face dirty? You eat using a knife and fork. See? Like this. I feel like I'm teaching a young child. He didn't like that comment. Oh my. What are you holding your head for? Oh dear. Perhaps I should be teaching you to speak before table manners. Worry not, we have plenty of time. You needn't act so frightened. Or perhaps you do not want to be understood at all. Would you be so kind as to tell me your name? You are, for now, still a guest. It is too soon for me to call you Master. Or am I mistaken? Your name? That is what people call you. How about I start by telling you my name? I am called B. E. B. E. S. T. I. A. Bestia. Or is it Bestia? Bestia or Bestia? I'm not sure what the pronunciation is. We're gonna go with Bestia at first, but if I figure out that it's actually pronounced Bestia, then I'll, you know what, no, Bestia actually sounds more accurate, I'm gonna guess, so we're gonna go Bestia. Bestia. Your name is Bestia? I see. Then that is what I shall call you, Bestia. My, you seem to be rather perplexed as to how I was still alive. He had, in fact, attempted to cause me harm. However, I am a servant of the house. The beast called himself Bestia. It is a curious thing. When I learned his name, he seemed to take a new importance in my mind. He was not a mere beast, but a thing called Bestia. Master. Should I ever have the chance to hear your name, I am certain you too shall become more substantial a presence. But you must always remember, Master, that even if you do not remember your name, and even if you never know mine, you have always held a special place in my heart. And thus begun my tranquil days with Bestia. Slowly, he began to learn the human tongue, and I was, to be quite honest, rather thrilled. To be certain, I was afraid of the beast. But my fear was not so strong as to my elation that there was someone else in the mansion, someone to whom I could speak, and someone that might become my master. Come now, you must pull weeds out of the roots or they will soon grow back. This is a task that requires perseverance. You do it like this, see? There you go. Grass. Oh? Did you not expect that? What appears to be many plants on the surface is actually all connected within the soil. This is a task that requires a man's strength. If there were other servants, they could do it. So I apologize for making you tend to the garden, future master. Or perhaps, now that you're all dressed up, do you wish to leave the mansion and find someone to fool, as the wolf did the sweet little girl. Have you no interest in remaining at such a disheveled house? Nnt. Go on. Not want leave. Oh my, is that so? If you wish to stay, then I shall not stop you. On the contrary, I will gladly attend to you. I am waiting for the person who is to become my master. Forever waiting. I shall be able to watch over you until the day you depart this world, old and wrinkled. Do you not believe me? Are you interested in becoming the master of this house? Will be. I have to wonder if you know what you are even saying. Although it matters little whether you do or not. Oh my, look at that. Now this brings back memories. This is called a rose. Do you know what a rose is? It is a type of flower. Not. No. Do not. No. I see. Then allow me to teach you. What you have here is not a real rose. The real roses wilted and are sleeping in the soil. This is called an accessory. It is something women wear. The beast held an ornamental white rose in his hands. Oh! An object from someone, sometime, meant to give to someone else. Ah, that was for the white-haired girl. Curiously, the white rose was just as stunning as it had been the day it was made, despite being buried in the earth for so many years. I hear roses make wonderful gifts. He stared intently at the decorative rose. I had presumed the beast would either discard it disinterestedly or destroy it. But much to my surprise, Bestia held it gently in his hands, as though it were something precious to him. Are you, perchance, considering giving it to me? So you are not. Very well. Is there someone else you would like to give it to? In that moment, a thought floated through my mind. The thing I had found in a pool of blood in the cellar was a monstrous creature indeed, but perhaps this was not, at his core, what he truly was. So I asked him a question. What is that you desire, Bestia? This mansion fulfills people's desires. If you yearn for something, want live peace. Look at that filthy thing. A beast, it's a beast. It's eating goddamn sand. You really that hungry? Beast, you foul creature. Stay the hell back. Get any closer. Filthy beast. And I'll kill you. Several days passed by. As Bestia began to act more like a person, the mansion followed suit, slowly becoming more habitable, though not back to its former glory. No flowers grew in the garden, but neither were there weeds infesting it. The dusty corridors, shattered windows, rust-covered kitchen gradually returned to their proper states. Bestia learned how to change his own clothes, and how to draw a bath. No longer did I have to wait on him in hand and foot. He could take care of a number of things all by himself. What we lacked for food, he acquired from the forest. Never did he go to purchase supplies from the village. Rather, he captured hares and gathered herbs hidden in the overgrowth. There were several days without incident. And though such a life may be want for excitement, peace is something that you mustn't take for granted. Those who have it cast it aside, finding the leisurely flow of time dull. Only those who have never experienced it truly know how precious it is. Bestia appeared to be content. He wore an expression of solitary serenity. "Someone! Is anyone there?" And then one day, a crack formed in the uneventful tranquility. "Is anyone in there? Could you part with some food? I don't need much. Some food and water. Just a little. That's all I need." Bestia looked over at me, as if seeking my aid. Ironic, no? It was the visitor who was truly in need of aid. I pondered it for a few moments, deciding that I could not simply turn away someone calling upon the mansion. Had Bestia ordered me not to let him in, I would have followed his instructions, but he had said nothing. Oh, thank God. Someone's there. I was afraid it was deserted. You said you were in need of sustenance? Yes. It doesn't have to be much. Anything to quench this thirst. I got lost, and it's been several days. Give me a few minutes. I will find... Let him in. A firm, deep voice came from behind me. I was quite startled. When had the beast learned to act so much like a human? When he had learned to speak so clearly, and to behave so much like a master? Upon seeing Bestia, a look of terror appeared to cross the wanderer's face for a moment. To my eyes, Bestia was the very image of a head of the house, but to an outsider, he probably appeared to be nothing more than a beast in man's clothing. Prepare him a meal and a bed. I suspect he is quite tired. Thank you very much. But in time, the fear drained from the man's face. Bestia sat precariously on the border between man and beast. Though he still had his doubts, the wanderer revised his first impression, deciding Bestia was a human. As the wolf had fooled the little girl in the forest, he too has succeeded in playing the role of a man. I thought I was a goner for a while there, but you really came to the rescue. And a meal like this on top of that? You really didn't have to. Though I guess that's not an appropriate thing to say as I'm eating. What kind of meat is this? Hare. It's damned tender for a rabbit. And here I thought it was beef. You have quite the skilled chef. Oh? Is she the one who cooked this? Is she your wife? Oh no, I'm merely a servant. A female servant, huh? Don't see that very often. This mansion's just full of surprises. I can hardly believe it. Lost for days, and as soon as I think I'm dead, there it is. Thinking back on it now, it's miraculous. But why are you two living alone in a house on a cliff? Oh, I beg your pardon. Asking so many questions without telling you about myself. My apologies. Just a little too excited to finally see other people. I'm a merchant. I do international trade. Until a few years back, spice exports pretty much all came from one place. But now we've established trade routes of our own. My country is fighting tooth and nail to push its exports. And in fact, some have lost a few teeth in the fight already. But that's just how it works. It's a cutthroat world. You know what you must do to survive. You do what you must to survive. Sorry about that. That's just how it works, the merchant said, a sorrowful look on his face. He was quite clearly putting on a show, though. Confidence in himself and his homeland radiated from that man. I came to this land to do business, but, much to my chagrin, I somehow ended up lost in the forest. Had I wandered around much longer, I'd have lost the chance to ever see my beloved again. Your beloved? Yes, sir. I'm constantly out on business, so we only get to see each other a few times a year. But she always waits for my return. I'd like to introduce you to her if we ever get the chance. She's a pretty girl, if not especially striking. Is that so? The merchant was a man of many words, and I, for one, do not mind a lively supper table. Though I know not how Bestia felt, at the very least, I was glad we had invited the wanderer into the mansion. He was, after all, holding a proper conversation with someone, and he seemed to be having success concealing his piercing, beast-like gaze. However... Oh, right. I stopped by the village before entering the forest, and I heard a bone-chilling tale there. Oh. Sorry, I did not mean to do that. As soon as the merchant brought up the subject, a palpable tension spread through the room. They say there have been sightings of a beast. It's a creature unlike anyone's seen before. Not a wolf or bear or anything like that. It even attacked the village once, killing several people. Thankfully, the men managed to drive it out. But the creature is still alive. There's nothing in this world scarier than a vicious beast. So you should keep an eye out. Wouldn't want to accidentally let a murderous beast into your home. At the villagers' insistence, I had the smithy forge me a knife. Is that knife? Huh? With you now? Well, yeah, I've got it on me. Only good to defend myself with, but it's better than... That knife. You brought that knife. You're here to kill me with that knife. What? You're going to stab me again and again with that knife, like they did last time. That's why you're here, isn't it? What? What are you talking about? What's gotten into you? Stab and stab and stab. Calm down. What are you so worried about? I'm not going to hurt you with this. What? What did you just say? I like to imagine that before the wolf ate the poor little girl, he said, "Is that what I always looked like?" That
beast. What's your problem? What's wrong? Talk to me like a human. Is me. Stop! Stay back! Get any closer and I'll stab you to death. You act like you only just realized I'm a beast. That's right. I'm a beast. I killed them. Stay back. And I'll do the same to you. Ah! Help!
In his hand, Bestia held his sword. Perhaps it had been hidden under the table. Or maybe behind his chair? Regardless, it was as though he had expected this to happen. The merchant kicked aside a chair, attempting to flee, but Bestia closed the distance in an instant, knocking him back. He lost his balance and slammed against the wall, but still he made to escape, though the beast stood blocking his path.
No, please stop this. Don't kill me. My beloved is waiting for me back home. I can't leave her behind. And why should I care?
Oh. Oop. Oh, he got backstabbed. A dreadful scream echoed through the dining room. I reflexively covered my ears.
Please help. Someone, anyone. No one's coming to come for you. This mansion's a long way from town. Help. That woman. Where did she... Why isn't she here? She just... You'll kill me if I don't kill you. And so, I must show you that I will. I must show you that I'm serious. I must kill you, or you won't understand. You just won't understand. If I don't show you firsthand, you won't understand. I'll make you understand. I'll make you flesh and bones understand. Kill. I'll kill you. I'll kill you. Kill you. Monster. That's right. I am a beast.
They had been enjoying a peaceful meal around the table just a minute earlier. So what had triggered this? If I were to guess, the merchant saying the word knife is what caused the beast to snap. A simple, small thing set him off. I could not comprehend it. Bestia, who had said he had wished for peace, was staring down at the ravaged corpse of the merchant, with a look of ecstasy on his face. Master, can you understand how he felt? Even just a little. Did he not yearn for peace, but for slaughter? Let's see what the chat's doing. Miss Part 2, what happened? Oh boy. A lot. And I mean a lot of heartbreak twists and turns happened. Just for your just to catch you up really quick, Brett. So the white-haired girl ended up it was revealed that she was actually Mel's half sister. The person who painted the portraits in Rose Manor had an affair with the lady of the house, and yeah, it turned out to be quite tragic because the person that Mel was crushing on was related to him, and he had a hard time believing that. And so the white-haired girl got driven away because the sister snapped and went all psycho and ended up kind of not only cutting her hair but also like mutilating her face, I believe. So yeah, it was pretty sad. And so now behind door 2, a monster appeared into the manor and revealed himself to the maid, and the maid has been kind of caretaking for the beast, and the beast has kind of slowly become the new master of the Rose Manor. So yeah, I hope that sums it up. Oh, and also it looks like Edgy completely looks like Edgy kept caught you up. So there you go, Brett. Sorry that I had to explain all that. Yeah, it did not end well. That's putting it lightly. Hello, Edgy. I hope you're doing well. Good to see you guys pop in. So yeah. So after all that beast stuff, though, we are now continuing to a quite tonal shift here. And it looks like we are meeting a new character. So her name is apparently Pauline. And hello, Synth. Hope you're doing well. All right. That does it for today's shopping. And now, the moment we've all been waiting for. Snack time! There's nothing better than having a ham sandwich in the park. Oh dear. Maybe I should lower my voice when I'm talking to myself. Oh yeah, and by the way, we had a huge time skip. We are in 1707 now. I forgot to mention that. It's so nice out. I just can't help myself. Does the weather have anything to do with talking to oneself? Not important. Food. If he were here, it would taste even better. I wonder when I'll get to see him next. Pauline! There you are. Oh dear. What's got you frazzled, Mom? Oh, Pauline. Huh? What is it? Did something happen? What's the matter, Mom? Mom? Pauline. This isn't like you, Mom. It's not like you at all. Tell me, what happened? I told you to stay away from men who trade. Huh? Oh, Pauline, my dear daughter. Why must God be so cruel to such a sweet girl? You're hurting me, Mom. Oh, the merchant was probably her husband, wasn't he? Don't squeeze so tight. What's gotten into you? Listen carefully, Pauline. You must be calm and hear me out. Understood? Your lover, the beloved man you wait for, is dead. The beast's humanity began slipping away from him after that encounter. He had returned to the thing I had found in the cellar. Actually, he prowled the mansion's halls looking more barbaric than ever. Despite all the effort he had putting into learning to act like a human, he now ripped the velvet curtains off the wall, howling shrilly, stomping back and forth through the hallways and ravaging the garden. I watched him intently, though from a distance. Bestia was not merely a beast, but an out-of-control, bloodthirsty beast. Just a few days ago, we had been tending the garden together, but that was no longer possible. I was quite disappointed. Eventually, Bestia discovered my hiding place. I had not felt regret in a very long time. I felt a deep regret in that moment.
More! Don't have enough. Not enough. I need more. I need more. I must satisfy these urges.
Are you saying peace was not enough to sate you? Did I mishear you when you asked for peace?
I was mistaken. Asking for peace won't solve anything. Blood, despair, eyes filled with terror. These are the things I need. And I've always known it. You said this mansion fulfills people's desires. Then... give me prey. No more hares. Live humans.
Why did I ever teach him to speak the human language? Before long, the mansion granted his wish. Once a week, a villager or a traveling merchant from somewhere would wander into the forest, ending up at the mansion on the cliff. Though something felt suspicious about the man who greeted them at the door, on the surface, he looked like a proper nobleman. So they all eventually chose to trust Bestia. The mansion had an air of loneliness about it, but it was adequate to provide rest for the weary feet. There was food and a bed, and most comforting of all, there were other people. The lord of the house treated the lost souls like esteemed guests. He poured them fine wine, and he had me cook for them. No one suspected in the slightest that he was a beast. He put on a reasonably convincing act, because, yes, I had taught him how to behave like a master. The visitors all went to bed contented, but, as I am sure you can imagine, master, they would never see the light of day again. The penetratingly bright sunlight, particular to this area.
A beast! It's a beast! You disgusting creature! You hideous monster! Kill him! If that's how you humans want to do things, then I'll play your little game. I'll play it even better than you. I'll kill you. I'll slaughter you. No, please don't. That's it. Cry for me. Beg for your life. Pray for mercy. Weep and struggle and suffer and die. No one understands. No one can possibly understand my despair. What did I ever do? Was it just because I'm a beast? When did I become a beast? Why do beasts have to die?
Beasts are savage, and so they must die. I'm a beast, therefore I'm savage. In which case, I'll kill them. I'll show them what makes a beast so terrifying. Moonlight crept through the torn velvet curtains, shining down upon the blood-soaked beast. It was a sight that would incite terror in anyone. Look at this. No one can stand up to me. Humans have no chance against beasts. More. I need more. Give me more prey. The mansion continued to sate the beast's demented craving, sending not one, but multiple villagers into his claws. Into these blood-stained walls, off which echoed his monstrous howls.
Stop, please. I'm begging you. Spare me. Oh, God.
Sorry, I'm not familiar with your god. Beasts have no need of gods.
I have a wife and a son back in the village. Please, let me return to them.
Why don't you bring them back to me? I'll send them to the same place that you're going.
I am with Oh, fuck. Okay. Ugh. Oh, God. This took a turn. Please, let me go.
Are you now? In that case, I'll kill the baby first.
You damned monster.
That's right. I'm a monster. And by killing, no one can defy me. I have to show the world that beasts are the most frightening things on this earth. The beast began to change his style, making sick banquets out of his kills. Some days, he would tie his guests up in the cellar, playing with them for hours until they finally died. Some days, he would drain them of their blood and bathe in it. Some days, he would spread them out on the table and feast upon them. Every week, another atrocious party. He did everything imaginable. As a faithful servant of this house, I am confident I can do most anything I am asked. Though you can surely imagine my surprise at having to use the cooking skills I learned while serving the flaxen-haired family to do that. I can only wonder if it actually tasted any good. Bestia's peculiar sword was always with him for his twisted banquets of self-gratification. However much blood stained it, it never lost its sheen. It was as though the sword drank of the flesh of humans. Oh, 1 second. 1 second, guys. Alrighty, give me 1 minute. I humbly apologize. I have to grab something super quick. As I said, I apologize. I'll be back in like 30 seconds. Alrighty, all good. I'm so sorry for that delay. I forgot to handle something. My apologies. Okay, so edgy, oh dear, I guess hands are rated E for everyone around here. What do you mean by hands? Could be worse. Could Jamie and Cersei gotta pay the dog tax? Yeah, you know the dog always needs attention. Hi, girl. Hi. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Not fitting for not too fitting for the tone that we were just looking at here, but anyways, here. Okay. So where were we? Oh yeah, the maid was cooking something that tastes like pork. When I meant hands, I meant dying. Yeah. Yeah, this game, the game so far is really extreme, and it's not afraid to, well, the story, the characters and everything, that this story so far is not afraid to go to the extremes and to push the envelope. And I like it because it's also not being, like, it doesn't like linger on it for too long to make it distracting. It's like the things that are extreme are like punchlines. You know, you don't linger on it, you move on. And that's the thing. It's like the whole twist in the last arc was was, you know, that the albino girl was Mel's half sister. And the only thing that it really lingered on was not really that fact, but like the tragic outcome of that. Like, it wasn't trying to play it off as like, you know, something like it wasn't trying to like play it off as like something like, you know, oh look, we did something extreme, you know, look how cool and edgy we are. It's like, no, it's more so the emotional outpouring that's the focus. You know, it's the tragedy is what it is. And in this case, you know, when like this guy literally killed a pregnant woman and says he's going to eat the baby, it doesn't linger on that fact. It disturbs you, and then it moves on. And so, you know, it's effective because like there's other like things, especially in horror and tragedy, where they'll focus on something, they'll hang on it, and they think that, you know, just staying in a controversial or visually impairing moment is something that makes it higher quality, and that's not the case. It's like you've got to be able to pull the heartstrings, and that's what, you know, like made it's so tragic in the first one, is that, you know, you the writing's so good that you like the characters, so when something that unfortunate happens to them, you feel for them. And in this case, you know, since you've gotten to know the quality of writing here, you're able to jump into the characters and feel sympathy for them very quickly. And so you can even exhibit that into faceless and just once while characters. Like, you trust that they're fleshed out humans. And, you know, that's what makes it disturbing when this happens. I hope I did an okay job explaining that. I'm thinking forgive me, I'm thinking at the top of my head, so I can't really formulate my thoughts. This is why, you know, I like writing, because I can actually make my thoughts concise and present them in a in a good manner. Anyways, I think that happened in Game of Thrones once. Yeah, didn't know. Dropped it up season 5 or 6. Case in point, take Rules of Rose. It gets so fucked up shit at light speed and just keeps upping the ante. It's uncomfortable for all the wrong reasons. Yeah, there's got to be like a reason for it. I think that I mean, like, it's kind of the reason why, like, if you're gonna go off the subject of incest, like, spoilers, but it's like, that's like the movie Old Boy. The whole twist to that, it's everything that built up to that twist is what makes it, you know, horrific. And it's not lingering on the fact that is heinous and wrong and disgusting. It's the thing that makes it just so horrifying, also doesn't make it feel like that it's just there for shock factor, is you see the emotional distraught that you know results in. It's and that's what just, you know, makes it horrifying. But it's like, you know, if the whole thing is like playing that, you know, like it's just focusing on that fact the entire film, and it thinks that it's being, you know, edgy, then that's what, you know, leads to a declination in interest. Yeah, whereas games like Silent Hill takes time to get there. Exactly. Like like the end of Silent, the whole twist of Silent Hill 2. Okay, let's continue. Master, can you imagine just how wretched I felt? The mansion, once a beautiful sight to behold, reeked of death and acrimony. The stench of rotting flesh seeped up from the cellar. Even the years it spent forsaken and in ruins were preferable to that, Or perhaps I only had myself to blame. It was I who invited the beast into the mansion.
More. Not enough. This isn't enough to satisfy me.
But Bestia still sought to hold more of his perverse parties. Lost villagers were no longer enough to quell his urges. He was, indeed, a genuine beast. And in time... Hey! And in time, this is what he began to wish for.
Can you get me any better prey? Something truly exquisite. The perfect prey to quench this maddening thirst of mine.
Do you know what he meant when he asked for the perfect prey, Master? Perhaps a hero, someone courageous enough to stand up to him, with whom he could enjoy a battle to the death. Perhaps a dazzling young nymph to satisfy his other primal urges. Or perhaps what he wanted was not human at all, but a demon or a phantom. I would soon find out, as the mansion attempted to grant his wish, bringing yet another guest to the house on the cliff. If the devil guides us, if God guides us, then perhaps I could attempt that this was fate. Then it makes sense that I am here. Is anyone there? I've lost my way. Would you please be so kind as to spare me a little food? Ah. There. There it is. There comes the poor little offering. They never learn. They just keep going again and again. The mansion keeps granting my wish.
I would be glad to provide you some food. And you are welcome to stay the night. Get some rest. I will have a room prepared.
Oh, shit! It's her! I don't know if it's the same exact girl, but she's got the shorter hair. Damn! Okay, now I'm really curious what's going on here. Wow! I'm guessing the maid is the supernatural character, but maybe the white-haired girl's a supernatural character too. Now, I could be imagining things, but her character, though, does look much older than before. But it's just, all I can think is, it's got to be the same girl if we have the supernatural element, and then you've got her having the shorter hair, which that was a big thing to happen to her, you know, at the end of the first door. So, okay, anyways. Then, I suppose I shall take you up on your generosity. I have been wandering for a very, very long time. What was that, Master? You recognize her? I imagine you would. That white hair, those red eyes, skin the color of freshly fallen snow, and that flawlessly beautiful visage. You could not possibly mistake her for anyone else. Oh, sweet, I was right! And no, it is not someone who happens to resemble her. I can understand why you'd be surprised, Master. At first, I could hardly believe my own eyes. The wanderer knocking on the door that day was the very same fair-skinned young woman who visited the mansion so many years earlier. The white-haired girl must have spent many, many a night in the forest. Her crystalline skin was covered in red scratches from where she had brushed against stray branches and tree bark. She had even lost her shoes and was standing there barefooted, looking quite disheartened. But that did not make her feel any less beautiful. Oh, I'm sorry, but that did not make her any less beautiful. In fact, you could just imagine the dense forest canopy parting
to allow the sun to shine down upon her. The beast appeared surprised by her angelic beauty as well. It seemed as though all the madness drained from him in that moment. He said nothing, but his eyes told all. He was entranced by the sight of her ruby red irises and her pure white hair. Pardon?
1 second. Brett, is this some non-linear shit like Pulp Fiction where everything is gonna make sense at the end then? I don't know, because so far, even though there's been a time gap, we are going chronologically, like, you know, we're moving forward. So, I don't know yet. This is only door number 2. Who knows how many doors are in the story? I guess what's bugging me, though, is, like, I would like to know how her existence works in terms of the rules, because it might just be me, but she looks older than she did. Pardon? I am a beast. This is what I asked for. Something to quench my thirst. You're allowed to be happy. But as I said, it was only for a moment. So rejoice! Imagine just how gratifying it will be to see such a beautiful woman writhing in the throes of death.
Follow me. I will have a bath drawn as well.
And once the moment had passed, the beast was barely able to contain the wellspring of madness within himself. He wanted nothing more than to run his sword through the white-haired girl that very instant, to torture her, to defile her. He tended to her wounds, served her supper, and drew a bath for her. And afterwards, the beast even made to provide her with a dress to wear. Even the outfit she had only worn for one night so many years before was there, waiting for someone to put it on again, for her to put it on again. He said she could choose anything she liked. She, being such a modest young woman, said she needed not such fine attire. And what a shame that was. I too wished to see her in a dress once more. I need not such fine clothing.
You needn't be modest.
No, that's not why.
Are they not to your liking, then?
No, I just... My apologies. You are very generous.
Foolish girl. Smiling and calling me generous.
I was simply imagining what a pretty sight it would be. The sight of her fresh blood splattered on it. The sight of her life slipping away in it. I am glad that, after wandering for so long, I ended up here in this mansion.
And in a few hours, you'll be feeling the exact opposite. Get all the rest that you need. I shall see you again in the morning.
I thank you. Bestia then made his way out of the girl's bedchamber. His mask came crumbling off only after taking a few steps.
There, that's precisely what I wanted. Ah, just imagining such a beautiful woman would scream. How she'll beg for her life. Hey, are you there? The mansion has given me the perfect offering. Hey, hey! Is she not here?
Is someone there? Yes, I came by to ask if there's anything you needed. I cannot offer you anything extravagant, not like before, but I'm here to provide you with anything in my capacity. I appreciate the offer, but I need nothing. Being allowed to stay the night is more than enough. Do you work here in the mansion? Yes, indeed I do. I have been here for a very, very long time. A very long time? You might think this an odd question, but have we met before? Something about you seems familiar. And I get the feeling I've been in this mansion before. Yes, we have met. It was quite some time ago, though. When was it? It was an unimaginably long time ago. Do you remember a boy and girl with flaxen hair? Flaxen hair. I apologize. My memory fails me. Do you not remember me either? I see. You should probably not push yourself to remember then. There were joyous times, and there were less than joyous times. But you would be so kind as to answer one question? What might your name be? My name? My name is... I see. So you are? Again. Again? You should get some rest. I'll make tea for you in the morning. Also... Huh? Go on. Close your eyes. But Bastian never waited for the morning to come. With his sword that smelled like a blood hanging from his hip, the beast slowly, ever so slowly, crept toward the room where the white-haired girl slept. The time was soon approaching for the bloodthirsty beast to paint the walls with a young woman's blood, to turn her bedchamber into a gore-splattered altar upon which he would offer her to the devil. However, when he opened the door, the beast could hardly believe his eyes. She was not asleep, but sitting there as if expecting the bestia's arrival.
Why are you awake? Did you not go to sleep?
I heard footsteps, so I...
And what were you planning to do when I got here? Surely you didn't think we'd simply have a nice midnight chat.
I was hoping to ask what it was that you wanted.
To ask what it was I wanted? Do you even realize what you're saying? Can you not see what's in my hand? You know exactly what I came here to do. Aren't you going to beg? Aren't you going to plead for your life? Aren't you going to ask me not to kill you?
If it's necessary. But is that what you want?
What I want is something much, much more gratifying than your pleas. I want to hold a banquet. It's not enough. No matter what I do, it's not enough. But you will be enough to satisfy me, to quench this unholy thirst, to completely, wholly fill me into the bursting point. You want to know what I desire? I desire to devour you.
Bestia shoved the girl back, slamming her into the mattress. He then stabbed his sword through the sheets beside her, looking down upon the girl, the moonlight at his back. Clenching her slender throat with one hand, he drew his sword once more, holding the tip but inches from her nose. No matter how much blood it drank, the sword continued to shine gloriously, as though it had just come from the forge. It was an awe-inspiring, tear-shedding blade, the sight of which would cause anyone to imagine the misfortune about to befall them.
Go on, mock me, ridicule the hideous, barbaric beast standing before you. From the moment you saw me, you thought me unsettling, no? But you averted your eyes. Because I had food for you. Because I gave you a place to rest. You pretended not to notice the beast. This is retribution. Retribution for you damned humans. So beg for your life like they all do. Cry. Plead for mercy.
If you say that you are ugly, then I must be equally ugly.
What?
What came from the girl's mouth was neither a plea, nor an insult, nor a scream. Full-grown men had wept before him, and yet this slight young woman did not. Despite this terrifying beast being upon her, moments away from extinguishing her life, even I almost shrieked in fright. Bestia could believe neither his eyes nor his ears.
Do you not fear me? Can you not see what I'm about to do to you?
What am I to be afraid of?
I'm threatening to murder you. To rip your intestines out with these claws and watch you die in agony. I enjoy it more than anything in the world. Filling others' hearts with fear. The more lives I take, the more I enjoy it. I'm a beast, driven by madness.
What he expected was for the beautiful girl before him to desperately implore him for mercy. He wanted nothing more than to see despair seep into every corner of her red eyes. For he believed that it would be a truly sublime moment, euphoria unlike anything he had experienced before. Bestia prodded her with his singular sword, poking a slit in skin smoother than silk. You see me as pitiful, so you are offering me release from my fate. But she did not do as the beast wished. She looked up at him with sympathy rather than fear. This rattled the beast. He had never seen anyone respond to him that way.
What on earth are you talking about? What is going through your head? Pity? Release? Do you not comprehend the situation? How can you be so calm? Scream, cry and shout, beg for me to spare you, throw yourself at my feet. Throw yourself at my feet. Otherwise I'm a beast. A beast that never tires of killing.
To me, you appear to be a person. It's almost like a reverse of what Mel and the white-haired girl were in the last time, when Mel was trying to kill. When the white-haired girl was trying to kill Mel, and he was very like calm about it.
Yeah. You're lying.
You listen to the things I say, and you respond with your own words.
I was taught how to speak. I'm a beast who speaks the human language.
But you think. You use your mind to come up with responses. And you hesitate.
If I'm human, then why do they disparage me so? Why do they reject me and try to kill me? Because I'm a beast. A repulsive beast. That's why, isn't it?
I will do nothing to hurt you. We are alike.
Alike? Don't be ridiculous. How can you say we're alike when you're as beautiful as you are?
There's nothing beautiful about me. What value does outward appearance have?
You
You've suffered so much persecution, which is why you tremble in fear.
I'm not trembling. I'm not afraid.
I can hear the cries from your heart.
What on earth is wrong with you? Why are you not afraid? Why do you not scream in terror?
I am afraid, but more than fear, I feel like I know what my role is.
Your role?
If you will have me, then I would like to remain here in the mansion.
Are you mad? I will eventually kill you. Torture you, put you through hell, make you wish you were never born.
And that does not change my mind. Please, allow me to stay. I find it very hard to believe that what you want deep down is to hurt people. And I get the feeling that I am meant to be here. And that is my role.
Yeah.
Bestia was at a loss. He was, perhaps, afraid of this girl who did not fear him, and even attempted to embrace him. She behaved too differently from all the other humans he knew of, who only ever harassed and pushed him away.
Why are you being so kind to me? To this beast, this murderer?
Bestia's sword slipped from his hand, hitting the hard floor with a metallic whine. When the sounds died down, the white-haired girl extended her hands for the beast with the utmost affability. Her fingers were white as freshly fallen snow, something this area never saw. They traced his distinctive frame. They ran along his unusually shaped nose. They slid across his rough, yellowed skin. They drifted around his rather small eyes. The beast trembled once more, this time not out of twisted desire from deep within, but from the unimaginable comfort of physical contact. Her fingers moved so gently, so pleasantly, wrapping him in her warmth, in their warmth. Are you crying? A single teardrop slid down the arc of her finger.
Looking into her clear eyes, Bestia came to a realization, and at the same time, he felt somewhat dismayed.
You are without sight.
Taken in the throes of his primal urges, the beast had not noticed, but there was an emptiness in the girl's eyes. She appeared to be gazing far into the distance, not focused on the man despite being close enough to touch him. Tears had begun running down the beast's cheeks earlier, when she had called him a person. But it was not until one of those droplets had slid across the back of her finger that she had realized. She would, indeed, have no need of extravagant dresses. After all, she could not see what she was wearing. That is correct. I am blind. But whoever decided that reality is only that which can be seen? I know not what appearance I have. In the darkness, everything is as one. There is no difference between beast and man. If you are a beast, then I too must be a beast. To call the girl a beast would be paramount to eating sugar and insisting it was salt. Do pardon the trite analogy, please. But you know rather well, Master, that the white-haired girl was not at all what you would call a beast. Not simply in appearance, but all the way down to her core. There was nothing beastly about her. Her words brought him faint pain, but the beast still felt, on some level, that he wanted to keep her at his side, to see what would happen. His next words were, in large part, impulsive.
I'm grateful that you cannot see.
Without exception, everyone who had wandered into the mansion had lost their lives before the sun rose the next morning. She was the first visitor who had not met this fate. Over time, Bestia's madness gradually subsided. He even began to seem rather tame. He would hardly believe it was the same beast who had once reveled in the perverse festivities. He was, I imagine, at a loss of how to behave. I too would be flustered in the constant presence of such beauty. But it was not just her appearance. She had said she wished to live with him, a beast who had committed countless atrocities. Perplexing indeed. What is the matter?
Do you honestly not fear me?
Do I appear to be afraid of you?
No, you do not. But you would. If you could see me, you would react the same as everyone else. You would mock me, you would despise me, you would want to kill me. You don't know what I've done, because you can't see. I enjoyed it. I basked in their terror. So why do I not want you to find out? I don't want you to know how many people I've tortured, how many I've slaughtered, how much blood I've imbibed, all the horrible things I've done. Horrible. I'm aware that what I've done is wrong, but I relished in it. I wanted for so long to slaughter them. I desperately desired to see blood, human blood. What is it that I crave? Murder? Or laughter? I said I had no need for peace, yet here I am. Is something the matter? No, some tea.
Or shall I make some? Are you thirsty?
No. I made some tea. It's probably cold by now. I thought you might want some.
Oh.
You don't...
No, I'll take it.
What are you laughing for?
Because I'm happy.
Is it to your liking?
It's bitter. Their life together began quietly, their days without event. They had no extravagant meals. There were no swaths of guests lending life to the mansion's halls, but there was also no one screaming in fear for their life. It was the peaceful life Bestia had lost, and he had returned once more to that quiet realm. Okay. So we're getting this is quite clearly a very Beauty and the Beast story now. I do like, though, that, this, even though I want to learn more about the connective tissues, I do like that these are very different stories behind each door, it seems. I mean, we'll see as we proceed, but I like, that we get a different kind of narrative. Let's see here. Oh no, she's a monster fluffer. Oh, wait, is that what Nell did to her? No, that's what she did to Mel. No, the white-haired girl had Mel by his throat, and he tried to kill her. She tried to kill him. But once he had talked to her and showed he acknowledged her, as somebody who needed help, essentially, that kind of, she kind of let go of that animosity she had built up, hating the family. Because, I don't remember if you were there, Edgy and Brett, but what ended up happening is that the Rhodes family ended up pretty much indirectly killing the painter. Because they tarnished his reputation. And it was mostly because he slept with the lady of the house, and the man of the house probably didn't like that. So that's actually a good analogy. Which analogy? Okay. Also, side note, I love this. This background music right now is nice. What's the matter?
You are always so quick to notice my presence.
My world is one of darkness, so I have a heightened sense of hearing.
What is it like? How do you perceive the world? I cannot imagine living in complete darkness.
Occasionally, I can see light.
Light?
Yes, not a radiant light like the sun, but a soft light floating in the darkness. I had a family member who was blinded partially, and that's how he actually described how he could see things out of that eye. Like a candlelight, I suppose.
That only perplexes me all the more. I find it difficult to understand what you are describing.
Is that so? It's difficult for me as well. I'm not sure how to explain it. But it's not complete darkness. I can sense your presence, for instance, and I can tell you how windy it is from the way the windows vibrate. And also, I also feel as though I can sense the wavering of emotions. The candlelight begins to flicker erratically. From fear, intense sorrow, or other similar emotions?
My emotions.
I do not know. It could be yours, and it could be mine. The mansion is a very peculiar place. The candlelight is always wavering, and it seems somehow stable. It makes me feel as though this is where I belong.
I don't think I understand. I am a beast, and so I lack the intelligence.
But you...
I'm going to go hunting. Is there anything you would like?
Whatever you like. Alright then. If you find any fruit, that would be nice.
Fruit.
It's sour. You picked it before it was ripe.
I didn't know. Is that a bad thing? I don't know anything.
I cannot see, but if fruit is still green, you are not supposed to eat it yet. What color are these?
Green. No, blue.
Shall I give you a hand preparing supper?
I cannot ask for someone who can't see. You'll hurt yourself.
Don't worry. I can tell, for the most part, where things are by touch and sound. Are you worried?
Worried. Worried. Worried.
The thought of blood dripping down her finger doesn't excite me. What's going on? What on earth has happened to me? If I appear to be in any danger of harming myself, please let me know. Then you have nothing to worry about. You do not seem any more comfortable in the kitchen than me.
She always cooks the... Where did she go?
Huh?
She always comes when I call.
I had hidden myself away. Bestia had learned how to go about his daily life without my assistance, and the two of them had no need of others in their peaceful world. Oh my, what is the matter, Master? I was not lonely at all, no. It was an absolute pleasure simply watching them. I mean that. God damn it, I'm sorry, guys. It was not my role to be at his side, nor was I the one to be at hers. If she could make Bestia into the master of the house, then my presence was unnecessary. I appear when I am needed, as I appeared to serve the flaxen-haired family, nothing more. If they sought a servant, then I would show myself. Yes, certainly. After some time, they began to sleep in the same bed. Oh dear, no. Not for the reason you're imagining, Master. You thought no such thing? Though they slept in the same bed, they did not lay together. They did so, it seemed, because they were more comfortable in the same place. The two acted more like family than lovers.
Hey. Hello? Are you asleep?
No, I am awake.
Is the candlelight wavering?
Right now, It is very calm.
I see. Say, tell me about your childhood.
What? Me?
Won't you?
My childhood?
Yes. I have no such stories to tell.
When I was a child, I lost everything. My mother, father, brothers, everyone. So for as long as I can remember, I did not have a father. Okay. That's interesting. Does she become reincarnated, maybe? I lived alone with my mother, but I never felt like that was a bad thing.
Was she kind?
Yes, very. She was a compassionate woman. But we were poor, and because I could not see, my mother was the only one who could work. She would be away for long stretches of time, supposedly because she served as a respectable house. I don't know whether or not that was true. Perhaps she was doing much more demanding work. I never asked. I believe not asking was best for her. From time to time, I would receive letters from her. Someone who had lived nearby read them to me. The letters went something like this. Life in the mansion is difficult, but everyone treats me so well. And they say I do good work. I'll be back with more money soon, so you be a good girl. Other than that, she allegedly expressed concern for my health and safety, as well as repeatedly saying how much she loved me.
You have a good mother.
I did. Nearly everything I remembered my mother saying to me was written in her letters. So much kindness and warmth.
Why do you not live with her now?
How did you end up there in the mansion? Before long, she lost her life at the place of employment, and I was sent the money she had earned.
Oh.
I imagine, enough to survive on.
Oh.
When my mother was alive, she often lamented my blindness. If only you could see, she would say, I could show you just how extraordinary the world is. So I decided I would visit a renowned physician in order to fulfill my mother's dream. A physician in this country. However, upon examining me, he said that he could not restore my sight. Dejected, I was on my way back home when bandits attacked. They robbed me of my money I brought to pay for my treatment. I lost everything my mother saved for me, the money she gave her life to earn for me. I failed to repay her for everything she did, which cast a dark cloud over my heart. My world has always been wrapped in darkness, but at that moment, I was in the deepest abyss. There was not even a speck of light. I was at a complete loss. With nowhere to go, I simply wandered, no destination in mind. And that was when I miraculously arrived at this mansion. And that was when I miraculously arrived at this mansion. It was as if I had... sorry guys. It was as if it had summoned me here.
You were being summoned by the mansion to fulfill my craving, but it didn't end up that way. I wonder if the mansion is disappointed. I see. Sorry. I apologize for not having a brighter tale to tell. I imagine you were hoping to hear joyful childhood memories?
No. Did they hurt you?
Pardon?
The bandits. When they attacked, were you hurt?
You are so compassionate.
I am no such thing. I am not compassionate.
I was perfectly fine. I took a few scratches, but nothing you need to worry about.
I see.
I believe
Huh?
that I am happy now. I was unable to regain my sight, and I haven't the money to return home. But I believe I left in order to come here.
Is your life, right now, happy?
I am terrified.
Am volatile. Am growing accustomed to this woman's comfort. Am afraid of losing her. A beast should not have these feelings. A murderous beast. Take this.
What is...
It makes a good gift, supposedly. I was planning to throw it out when I learned that. But I couldn't. I felt like I was meant to give it to someone.
Oh, and she got it from Mel in the first door. And also, I've noticed, so while the parent changed in her story, she still comes from a faraway land in each story. In the last story. So we'll see if, what is consistent with her stories if she appears in each of these different doors.
That could only be you. It is a fake white rose.
a white rose accessory?
Do you not want it?
No, I do. I just, for some reason. Never mind. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Oh, well, that was cute. Just, we can't forget this guy murdered 20 million people.
Do you not desire more prey? But you were so hungry for blood before.
I've had enough. I don't need any more. Although she is blind, no, because she cannot see, she does not push me away. She's the only one willing to accept me, to be with me.
Such a fickle creature. You obtain peace, cast it aside, and then pick it up once more. But you'll never be able to escape it completely. After all, you are enchanted by the pleasure murder brings. You have been for a very, very long time.
This time,
This time I'm done. I won't kill anyone anymore. Being with her is far more satisfying than the joy killing brought me.
Hey, stop.
To be with her is what I truly want. So very self-centered. You certainly are.
Hey. Huh?
Hey!
Hey, stop.
It was as though he was viewing a flashback. The sound of knocking echoed through the mansion, as it had the day the merchant came and brought the beast's short-lived peace crashing down.
What did I just tell you? I do not want any more prey. Stop this. Stop it. Don't bring me any more. I thought you were supposed to fulfill my desires. Why did the door open?
Sword in hand, Bestia ran through the mansion's halls. He was overcome with fear. He had obtained peace he so dearly wanted, and even found someone who did not fear him. He was terrified that the appearance of more prey would cause all this to crumble. If he spotted the prey, murdered them, and conceded to his madness, she might choose to leave him. As much as she claimed he was not hideous, if she witnessed him doing that,
I'll just chase them out. I'm done with this. My desire has changed.
however,
Why?
Bestia shuddered in terror at the sight. Oh, what's going on here?
Stay back. Stay away from me.
He broke into a run. It was not, after all, helpless prey that had entered the mansion.
That thing is...
The monster's voice seemed to slither through the floors behind him. He felt as though, if he were to turn around, it would be right there on top of him.
Why are you chasing me?
Bestia shouted with fear in his voice, uncharacteristic of the beast who was so readily slaughtered his prey. But can you blame him?
That's... a bestia.
In that moment, I had an epiphany. I had assumed he had called himself a bestia, unaware of what the word meant.
A bestia other than me.
Bestia is not, in fact, a name. It is a word that means beast. Indeed, a second beast had come into the mansion.
Why? Why are you chasing me? Are you here to kill me? Is it because I settled down? Because I wanted to stop being a beast?
Is something the matter? When the white-haired girl poked her head out of the bedchamber, Bestia was aghast. He frantically attempted to return her to her room.
You mustn't leave your room.
But as he was doing this, the horrifying creature, no, the beast's voice drew nearer.
Do not open this door, for any reason. I will protect you.
That's right. That's right. I don't want this piece destroyed. These tranquil days together with this woman. I will protect them. I will. Trembling in fear, Bestia gathered his resolve. He pointed his sword, which until then had only been used to torment others, at the second beast. Now, he would wield his blade to protect the person he cared about. This was the same beast who had killed and killed and killed to satisfy his own primal desires. I will not let you destroy this. I will protect it from you. From a rational point of view, the things he was saying and feeling were rather idealistic. But Bestia was desperate. He did not want to lose this piece. Before long, the beast, the one chasing him, appeared from within the darkness. Say, Master, if resolve was the only thing necessary for one to act courageously, would you not mean nearly anyone could become a hero? Bestia had viciously slaughtered so many people before. He had gathered the courage to protect the things he cared for. But now, he was shaking. He did not gallantly bring his sword down upon the approaching beast. Instead, he trembled visibly from head to toe. He must have been quite terrified at the beast's appearance. Stop! No! Stay away from me! Don't! Stay back! Seeing Bestia so scared, I imagine the beast thought it a prime opportunity, for it slowly, ever so slowly, ambled toward him. Ah! If I don't kill it, it'll kill me. I have to kill it, I have to kill it, I have to kill it, I have to kill it. And that was the moment Bestia's mind ran off the rails of sanity. Kill, 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 kill! He lifted his sword up above his head, facing the approaching beast. Ah! Ah! And ferociously, ah! Swung it down upon his assailant. Again and again and again. Screaming horrifically at the top of his lungs. He continued swing after swing until the other beast had gone completely still. Before long, copious volumes of blood stained the corridor. At some point, the other beast had stopped moving and sunken into a pool of its own lifeblood. I did it. I did it. I killed it. I killed the other bestia. Huh? Bestia had let his guard down, assuming he had claimed victory over the unmoving beast. I had not imagined either that the beast could still be alive after shedding so much blood. Stay back. The beast reached its hand out towards Bestia.
It was determined to drag him down to the underworld, it seemed. Slowly sliding along the slippery floor, it dragged itself toward him. Even on its last breaths, it continued reaching for Bestia, fixated on him. He kicked the beast's hands up in the air, staggering it, and then he...
Burn in hell!
Rammed his blade down into it. Bestia's fear-stricken expression was hardly that of a knight who had just saved the maiden. Nevertheless, he had indeed eradicated the other beast. Yeah, I'm wondering what's happening now. It was pretty straightforward. I'm surprised your dog's not going nuts. Well, who knows? Okay. You come back again, okay? Promise me. I'll be waiting. Waiting, believing that you'll return. I'll be waiting. Ah, it's the merchant and Pauline, okay. It's about time for you to set off. Indeed. You take care out there. Don't eat anything funny and get yourself sick, got it? I'll be fine. I'm a tough one. The more overconfident you are, the more you'll push yourself and risk getting hurt. Make sure you drink lots and lots of water, okay? Take care not to get heat stroke or sunstroke, okay? You worry too much. Relax. I know how to take care of myself on a ship. I know, but you never know what might happen. I want you to be in good health when I see you again. I will be. They'll probably keep you waiting for a long time again. I'll be waiting. Don't worry about me. I'll be waiting, I promise. I managed to wait 1.5 years already, so I can handle this. Come back, okay? You have my word. Thanks. Safe travels. I refuse to believe. Then he could be dead. I have to find proof that somewhere out there he's still alive and well. I have to find him. I have to prove it. We have arrived at our destination, madam. Though I dearly wish I could assist you in your search, I have things to attend to during our stay. No, don't worry yourself. I couldn't possibly impose on you any further. Madam Pauline, you mustn't put yourself in danger. Should anything happen to you, your mother would be devastated. I wonder if Mom's mad. No, she's probably sad. Her sorrow is expansive as Albufera, as the Albufera wetlands, as deep as the ocean in which the sun sets. And it's all my fault. But don't worry, I'll be fine. As soon as I have certainty of his well-being, I'll go straight home. Me and him, together. Pauline, your lover is... I have faith in him. He would never break a promise to me. He's always come back to me, no matter how long it took. A man like that wouldn't just suddenly disappear on me.
There's been a mistake, and I have to prove it. I have to be the one to do it, because he'll remain gone unless I see it with my own eyes. I wonder who you inherited your stubbornness from. What? Nothing. An acquaintance of mine lives in this village. I shall be staying with him. I'll let him know about you. He should gladly welcome you into his house. Thank you, Orlando. You've been such a big help. Pauline. 1 month. You search 1 month, and if you haven't found him, you come home with me. Will you promise me that? You are her only daughter. Okay. Good. To tell you the truth, I regret bringing you with me. What I should have done is dragged you back home. But I couldn't bear to see you like that, Pauline. It was like I was looking at her when she was younger. Orlando. Anyway, 1 month. Understood? Yes. Don't worry. A month will be plenty. I will find him before the month is up. The sleepy seaside village is on the small side, but, from what I've been told, it used to have a flourishing fishing industry. Now, though, it's like there's a fog hanging over everything. That's not too surprising, I suppose. A few months ago, the village was part of a war for control of the country, and they're now under a different rule than before. Stripped of their independence and battered by the raging tempest of the war, the people's spirits had been eroded. And spiritual damage is not so easily mended. Even if they were not physically harmed, there were deep wounds in their hearts. It's a lovely village, though. The breeze feels different than it does back home. Beneath it all, I'm sure the people are actually quite friendly and cheerful. A long, long time ago, I went on a trip to a land in the south. This country is quite a bit south of mine, too. People blessed with lots of sunlight are bound to be warm at their core. Say, Orlando. Yes? May I take a look around the village? I don't see why not. The sun's still up. I'll need some time to catch up with my acquaintance, so I suppose this is as good an opportunity as any. Do you know where to find me, madam? Yes. You go down that way, turn at the second crossroad, follow it straight for a while, cross over to the other side, and it's there, right? Are you sure you can find it? Don't worry. All right, then. You're planning to stay with within the village today, right? I'll see you in a little bit, then. If you get lost, give me a holler. As much as you insist otherwise, you really do care, Orlando. I feel bad enough as it is. Please don't take advantage of me. I think I might take full advantage of this. Thanks. See you in a bit. It's a sickly-looking kid. What's he doing out here all alone, I wonder? There's no one else around. I wonder if something's happened. Would it seem odd if I tried to talk to him? Wouldn't want to get labeled as suspicious on my first day here, with asking for trouble, but... The boy stands all alone on the shore, looking somehow precarious, as though a breeze might whisk him away into a million grains of sand, and if I look away, he won't be there when I turn back. That's how the boy appears to me. You never know until you try. Besides, it's important for me to communicate with the natives. I've got to build trust with everyone in this village. Excuse me. Let's go. Good afternoon. What are you doing out here all alone, little man? Ah. By force of habit, I spoke in my native tongue. How dense could you be, Pauline? You may have just been talking to Orlando, but that's no excuse. This isn't your homeland. But everything's all right. I studied the language, so I should be able to hold a simple conversation. You don't need to be afraid of me. My name is Pauline. I'll be staying in your village for a while. Nice to meet you. Do you not understand me? My name is Pauline. What is your name, little man? Dreadful. What? He just called me dreadful. That's one hell of an accent you've got. Who are you? A bandit? What are you here for? No! I am not a bandit, I promise. I stammered. Atrocious. There's no need to be so mean. I put in a pretty good effort, I thought. You could at least compliment me instead. God awful. That's not nice. What's a foreigner doing in this remote corner of the world? Sightseeing our little village? Sure got a lot of time on your hands. I do not. I am very busy. You're a little obnoxious, aren't you? You're supposed to treat your elders with respect, you know? Like I give a damn, lady. You're older. You're acting way more like a kid than me. My name isn't Lady, it's Pauline. Pauline. And what are you here for? Completely ignored. I am, here to look for someone. There are rumors that he was last seen around here. Have you, by chance, seen any foreigners around? Hell if I know. He just won't let me in. I've got to befriend him first. Of course he's going to be guarded if I just start throwing questions at him. Alright. So you haven't seen him. Then why don't you tell me about yourself? What are you doing out here? Is that any of your business, lady? A boy's out here on the beach all alone. Wouldn't you call that curious? Don't you have any friends? Maybe he's one of those kids who doesn't have any? Say, if you don't mind, could we be friends? I'm not really familiar with the area, so it'd be nice to have someone with me. What do you say? I don't need any damned friends. And who the hell be dumb enough to say, sure, I'll be your friend, to someone they just met? How are you so jaded? You need to be more courteous, kinder to the others, not so antagonistic. I just thought it'd be nice if we could talk a bit. That's all I want, really. How about you quit being so damn nosy, lady? It just happens I like being alone. Ugh, look at some strange woman ruining my alone time. I'm out of here. Hey, wait a second. Oh, he's gone. This is... going to be really, really hard. Master? Master? Ah, you've returned to me. You suddenly started staring off into the distance. I was quite startled. Now, let us continue our tale. The mansion's corridor was a horrifically repulsive mess. Splatters of fresh beast blood covered the walls, and there was a repugnant odor. Anyone would be compelled to avert their eyes at the sight. What happened here?
I am grateful that you cannot see, because you would certainly think me a beast if you were to see this. Because you cannot see, you do not know what I look like. But I know. Another beast, like me, broke into the mansion.
Was it?
I protected you. Did I not? I protected you. Say that I protected you. That I did this for you.
In his hysteria, Bestia tore down the curtains hanging on the hallway window. Blood-stained curtains that reeked of dead beast.
I...
What did he have to be so afraid of, though? He had exterminated the other beast encroaching upon his territory. I would understand if he had puffed his chest in pride, but far from that. His terror merely intensified. Calm down. The white-haired girl extended her hand for Bestia, but even her gentle, lovingly outstretched fingers evoked fear in his eyes. Instinctively, he feared anything that entered his territory, and then attempted to remove it. And driven by those instincts, he shoved aside the white-haired girl, the one he had said he wanted to protect. Being without sight, she had no way of reliably catching her balance, and she fell to the floor with a splash. For she had landed in the pool of blood left by the beast. Red seeped into her clothing, slowly spreading throughout the fabric. At first, it looked like she had fallen into a puddle of fresh, bright dye, but before long, the red darkened into a brownish black.
I'm sorry. I didn't know.
It's okay. I'm fine. She embraced the panicked beast, softly whispering shh, shh, as if trying to calm a crying baby. Though Bestia was taller and physically stronger, the white-haired girl was, emotionally, more stable than he. What has you so frightened? Please, tell me. I promise I will not look down on you, for any reason. All I want is to free you from the depths of your suffering. Sometimes talking about things can lighten the burden they place on you. We have the ability to use words, both you and me. With language, the gift God bestowed upon man, we can communicate our feelings with one another. It's all right. Don't be afraid. Talk to me. Please.
Am I a man?
You act
as though I am a man. No, you treat me like one. I cannot see you as anything else, as I have said before. Only because you cannot see me. You are the only one who says I am a man. You are without sight. But I was content with that. You treated me like a man, so I felt as though I had become one. The time I spent with you, I had real peace. I almost forgot that I was a wretched beast. I no longer sought after prey. Prey, oh yes. Before you arrived, I murdered dozens of humans. I didn't want you to know that I was such a sinful creature, leaving long trails of bodies in my wake. But I thought if I didn't show them my strength, but didn't force them into submission, that I would never find peace. I was drunk with power. I took great pleasure in it, in slaughtering people. The fear was so overwhelming that you turned the act of killing into one of gratification. You did it to protect yourself. Are you still not going to condemn me? Taking another's life is wrong. Not only does it rob them of their time on this earth, it inflicts great wounds upon those who care about them. However, I do not regard you as a mere beast, nor as a mere murderer. Something made you the way that you are. I'm almost certain of it. Something... Tell me about yourself. In your words, from your mouth, tell me. When I woke up, I was weak, exhausted, emaciated. I couldn't think clearly or even remember much of anything. I was thirsty, hungry, sore from head to toe. A crowd of people surrounded me. And this was a long time ago. Well, not so long to be described as long ago, but it is as far back as my past goes. I sought help from people around me, but my words did not get through to them. The only thing that came from my mouth was feral howls. They scowled at me, and then... Stinking gross. I have no interest in any more trouble. Shall we kill it? Never seen anyone act like this before. What is he, anyway? Beats me. A bestia by the looks of it. Bestia. 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 I didn't understand what they were saying about me. All I could pick out was the word bestia. The humans brought sticks and fishing poles, with which they poked and prodded me. At first, they probably meant only to chase me out. But before long, their actions began to escalate. Bestia! Bestia! Filthy beast! We ain't got nothing for you. Dirty, nasty thing. Stay back. Hit it! Pound it! He's feeling it. Beat it! Beat the thing! Kill it! Kill it! Kill it! Kill it! Kill it! Die! Why should I have to die? I was simply asking for help. If they didn't have food to spare, a glass of water would have been enough. I asked for nothing of them but some relief for my thirst. But the humans would not hear my pleas. My words reached no one's ears. When they brought weapons and started chasing me around, attempting to kill me, all I could do anymore was run. As I fled, I saw something. A child pointing to a wild dog covered in mud and shouting, "Bestia." That was when I finally understood that I was a beast. And that was why the humans wanted to exterminate me. I was neither cattle, nor swine, nor fowl of the air, but a vicious beast, the kind of creature that ravaged their fields. And so, you sought to prove your superiority to them, so you would never have to be called a beast, or chased out of somewhere again. I was so close to forgetting it all. The time I spent with you was truly wonderful. I could forget about people calling me a beast, chasing me around and trying to kill me. I could forget about slaughtering them, painting the walls with their blood. I could forget about everything. It felt like I'd actually become a man. But then it showed up. Another beast. Like me. It was my kin. A different individual, though. But built differently than me. I am taller than it was. But it was a beast. And I, too, must be a beast. Regardless, I will continue to insist you are not, as many times as I must. Should you be troubled by those painful memories and attempt to cause someone harm again, I will be there to remind you of your humanity. Is that which you can see with your eyes? The whole of the world? I cannot see you, that is correct. But I can feel you, sense you, hear you, and I can learn what you bear within your heart. You worry, you fear, you think, and you also show concern for me. These things all prove that you are human. This woman, she really is going to change me. If I remain with her, I can become a man. It might be no more than an illusion, but with her near, it can become my reality. Have you calmed yourself down some? The hall needs to be cleaned. So it does. I'll take care of it. You don't need to worry. You should get changed, though. Very well. I believe I care so much for you. Because you resemble me. We are not alike in the slightest. As I've said, you are a beautiful woman. You may compliment my appearance, but no one else ever did. I have been labeled a witch because of the color of my eyes and hair. My eyes, they're red. A beautiful shade of red, indeed. A magnificent color, like blood. You're the first person to say that about them. Even my mother said my eyes frightened her. because people called me a witch. I was rarely afforded the opportunity to interact with others, so I grew up mostly alone. As the people outside the mansion called you a beast, so too did the people outside call me a witch. See? We are alike. Do I look like a witch to you? No, you are a beautiful, compassionate human woman. And you are a human man, even if you don't believe it yourself. Yet again, Bestia found himself feeling grateful for the white-haired girl's blindness. For, while he had just managed to put on a smile, tears were also rolling down his cheeks. Joy, bitterness, sorrow, a maelstrom of emotions flowed unbounded from within. But he cried in silence. Bestia shed his tears discreetly, so as not to allow the white-haired girl to notice. He looked down upon the floor. A single corpse lay there. And no matter how hard he tried, he could not see it as anything And no matter how hard he tried, he could not see it as anything other than a beast. A beast that looked just like him. He came from a faraway land across many seas. There was never any guarantee that we would see each other again. But I still believed that no matter how great the ocean that divided us, we were bound by our love. The only thing that needed to stand between us was physical distance. Ha! Ha! I wonder if he's here yet. Hello, my little... that word. Nijit... Nijnitchi? Nijitchi? Fuck that word. Whatever that word is. What is he so out of breath? Ah! Oh, don't scare me like that. And what did you pick a word like nijitije? I never took you for someone so pretentious. I'm sorry. You just looked so much like a rabbit there. And the way you were tossing your head back and forth, looking around for me. Oh, you. Nijnitji is something to call a child. I'm not a little girl anymore. I'm sorry, really. Don't be so mad, Pauline. I'm not mad at all. It's been a year and a half. We finally get to see each other again. And that we do. Do you have any trouble out at sea? Did you fall ill? Or get caught in a storm? Or did you run into any kind of danger at all? No, there was no trouble. Everything went fine, without incident. The sea god was watching over us, I suppose. Thank goodness. I was so worried. But you kept your promise. You came back for me. And you kept yours and waited for me. Of course I did. I trust you and I don't mind waiting. Even so, 18 months must have been a long time for you. It was. It felt long to me as well. Every day I would picture your face, recall the sound of your voice. But over time, I began to lose surety. Surety? Surety. Huh. Surety? I cannot believe my vocabulary is slipping. I'm so sorry for being an idiot and sounding like an idiot, guys.
It absolutely terrified me. Is that what you actually looked like? Is this truly the sound of your voice? You mean you almost forgot? Not at all, Pauline. I was afraid that, in my profound love for you, my mind had created its own image. That perhaps my adoration had grown so strong it had turned you into a transcendent beauty like Cleopatra herself. You must have made some unseemly friends. You were never this much of a sweet talker. I bet you're disappointed, though. Look at me, a homely woman and you could find anywhere. For some reason, I find myself in a teasing mood. Please have mercy, or I am liable to lose your affection. What I'm trying to say is that being here with the real you, putting my hands in yours, listening to you speak, and seeing you be, well, you, Pauline, is so much more wondrous than anything I imagined. Right now, I'm feeling that stronger than ever. You seem to have found yourself a way with words. I imagine you have plenty of time to practice on other women. Goodness, you fiend. Fiend? That's not terribly convincing with your cheeks the color of wine. They're not! God! Hey now, don't throw a fit. You're the only one who can put me in such high spirits with a few simple words. Huh? Did you say something? Who, me? No, not a thing. Say, since you're finally back, how about we take a walk around town? You've taken care of all the work for the time being, right? So you can spare some time for me? Absolutely, Pauline. As much as time allows, I will spend it with you. As much as time allows. There's still no trace of him. It's been a week, and I've found nothing. Considering my time limit, it needs to change fast. But, excuse me, have you seen this man? This is a drawing of what he looks like. Sorry, never seen him. Even the smallest piece of information helps. You heard about anyone who might have seen him? I said I haven't seen him, so I don't know what to tell you. I'm a busy woman. Would you mind moving aside? Sorry. Oh. I was told that my lover lost his life out on work. But I don't believe it. They haven't shown me a body, so the information has to be an error. I have to be the one to find him, to prove he's alive. I have to follow his tracks. I've heard word that remnants of his ship drifted ashore near this village. So if he survived, he must be somewhere nearby. I'm certain of it, but I haven't been able to find any information on the sort. The villagers aren't being very cooperative. We're all just as reserved as the day I arrived. Rather, I get the feeling they want to stay as far away from trouble as they can. No matter what I ask, I can't get a straight answer from anyone. Everyone's still closed off. Because of the war, I guess. I don't have time for people to be glum, though. It's that boy. He's at the shore again. Always alone. God have mercy. You again? What are you doing here? And always so callous. I came to get sentimental and watch the sunset. So original. What does it matter if I visit the seashore? The ocean doesn't belong to anyone.
If I'm such a bother, then you're free to leave like last time.
You sure are cheeky for an outsider.
What is this that synth says? If you were recording voice orders for this, you wouldn't have to do so much editing. Oh, nah, I don't edit these. Are you kidding me?
All the mistakes stay in here. Pardon me. I know the rest of the village isn't being all that cooperative. Nope. That's why this place is like it is now. Closed off. It is not kind to outsiders. You really going to be able to keep up the search with the entire town stonewalling you? Yes, I will. I won't give up for any reason. I have to find him, to bring him home with me. Lady, My name isn't Lady, it's Pauline. Pauline. Lady is... Pauline. Pauline? Is this person you're looking for still alive? He is. He has to be. Is that so? Well, have fun with that. I doubt you're going to get any help, though. He really left. Don't lose heart, Pauline. If you lose faith this easily, you'll never find him. He is alive, isn't he? He is alive. I have faith. I believe... Oh, I thought you left. Take it. You're ruining the scenery pacing around on the beach. Is this an orange? They grow pretty large here, huh? Yeah, the oranges around these parts are pretty good. People used to come out here just to buy them, in fact. And you went to get one just for me? I just want to get rid of you. Once you finish that, get lost, alright? Thanks, I appreciate it. You're not so bad after all. Like I said, this isn't me being nice or anything. Oh, there you go again. Yeah, I've got you all figured out, little man. You're actually a very sweet boy. And you were really trying to cheer me up, weren't you? Javi. What? My name. It's not little man, it's Javi. All right, then. Javier it is. Okay, sorry. Not Javi. It's... No, not Javier. It's just Javi. I don't see what the big deal is, but okay. Say, Javi, I really think we should be friends. What? Come on, let's be friends. Don't say you don't need any. You can make friend number one. We'll have lots of fun. You just wanted to use me in your search because you can't get the villagers to talk on your own. No, I mean it. Really. You're wasting your time. I'm just as much trouble for them as you. Using me isn't going to get you anywhere. Trouble? What do you mean by that, Javi? Nothing you need to know, lady. Bye. And stay away from the shore. Hold on a second. What? Pauline. What? My name isn't Lady, it's Pauline. Listen to me, Javi. I have no intention whatsoever of using you. I enjoy talking to you,
I think it'd be fun if I could do it more. That's why I want to be friends. I can find you here at the bench at the beach, right? I'll be back, Javi. You won't change my mind. I will make you my friend, Javi. What the hell, lady? Did you hear a word I said? I don't need any damn friends. And stay away from the beach. Nope, you will be my friend. Ain't happening. Wait, Javi. See you again. I'm not kidding. I will come back. I had actually at first been thinking that it would have been easier to get information if I could make friends with someone in the village. But that orange Javi gave me when I was sad and lonely and hurting was so amazingly fresh and delicious. More than any orange I had ever had before. It was almost as though Javi's kindness was seeping directly into my mouth. I'm sure we'll be able to get along. I want to be his friend. Time is the only thing moving forward in my search. Some days, I would ask my mom's friend, Orlando, to accompany me on trips outside the village. But no matter where I go, I just hear the same thing. The view of the ocean always keeps me from getting too dejected. It's an unimaginably huge chasm that keeps us apart. But at the same time, there's something beautiful about the way the sea encompasses the entire world. The emerald expanse. It simultaneously robs me of him and soothes my heart with his stunning brilliance. Perhaps I feel such an awe and admiration for it because I was born along the seaside. He's not here today. Javi? Are you there? That's odd. I can always find him here. Hey, Javi! Where'd you go? Huh? Ah! I can't believe you fell for that! A pitfall? That's not very nice, Javi. Why would you do that to me? Because you wouldn't stop following me around. You have any idea how annoying that is? That doesn't mean you have to do something so cruel. Maybe you'll learn your lesson and stay away from the beach. Oh, jerk. Oh. Hey. Wait, you seriously crying? Hey, don't cry. Just kidding. I'm not crying. What? Come on, you were faking? You tricked me. You played the first mean prank, Javi. You really scared me there. I kept telling you to stay away. It's your fault for constantly refusing to listen. I'm surprised you hadn't gotten bored yet. You must have a lot of time in your hands. I most certainly do not have a lot of time. My deadline for how long I can be here is quickly approaching. But I'll just get depressed if I spend all that time searching. If I can have some fun with you, Javi, I'll have more energy. Fun, huh? So you still haven't found him? No. You don't even know if the guy is alive or dead, just... forget it. I'm out of here. Hold on a sec. Ow! Huh? Ow! Come on, you're not gonna fool me again. No, I'm not joking around. I really... It looks like I twisted my ankle. But I'll be just fine. Don't worry about me. Wait there. Huh? Come on, let me see your foot. Alright. Ankle's swollen. At least learn to land properly. What? You're gonna blame me when you're the one who dug the hole? No one's ever gotten hurt in a trap that basic. At least, none of my friends ever did. Wait, I thought you didn't have any friends, Javi. Well, shut your damn mouth. I'm gonna bandage your ankle. Oh, I see. You went to get a bandage for me. Thank you. It was my fault anyway. Swap it for a real bandage when you can. I'm sure your acquaintance has some. Really? It looks just fine to me. This filthy thing isn't suitable for someone like you, lady. Pauline. Quit that! What do you mean, not suitable? Do I have to explain everything? You're from a pretty well-off country, aren't you, Pauline? Well, compared to that, this is a poor village. We don't even have clean bandages to spare. Just gross scraps of cloth like this. It's not something you should be wearing. You think so? But you gave it to me, Javi. I won't be changing it anytime soon. Tell me, Javi, do you not like this village? The only thing this place has going for it is the ocean. The ocean? It's the one thing that doesn't change, no matter what. It's always beautiful. I see. You like the ocean too, Javi. I just don't have anything else to like. Oh, there you go again. Oh, I've got an idea. Javi! What now? A rowboat! I want to take a ride in a rowboat. Would anyone get mad if we borrowed the one tied up over there for a little bit? I doubt anyone would care if it's just for a little. Can you row, though, lady? You'll do the rowing, Javi. Huh? Why me? What's the big deal? The water's mostly calm today. I think a little walk in the sea would be lovely. Can you call that a walk? Sure you can. Come on, let's go. Give me a hand, Javi. God, you're one cheeky outsider. Oh, that's cute. Breeze feels different on the water than it does on the beach, wouldn't you say? You think so? All the same to me. No, it's definitely different. The smell of salt is stronger, and there's more moisture in the air. It's kind of like someone gently caressing your cheek. I'm not getting any of that. You're way too perceptive, lady. Am I? Close your eyes, Javi, and feel the breeze. I bet you'll get what I'm saying. Go on, close your eyes. No, I'm not going to. What? Why not? I want to do what you tell me. Oh, no need to be petty. The sea is not always so kind. The hand that's gently caressing your cheek can, in the blink of an eye, become the wrinkled hand of a witch that destroys everything it touches. I know that, living right off the Great Lakes. Holy shit, is that true? The ocean is a scary thing. It's nothing we humans have any chance of standing up against. You're right. And I know it very, very well. The man I'm searching for was in a shipwreck. I was told it killed him, but I refused to believe he would just leave me behind like that. Sometimes, on a whim, the wrinkly witch might have mercy. I'm not so sure about that. I trust in the sea's gentleness. I don't think it's all scary. A soft breeze, these calm waves, they saved him. I'm sure of it. He loved the ocean too, you know. He was always looking far into the distance, out across the water. His head held high, a stern, unwavering look in his eyes. I'm assuming he's your lover? Yes. He's very dear to me, and I love him deeply. Oh, I see. He was really fond of the scene by my hometown. You live in a decent town, huh? Yep, it's wonderful. It's so peaceful. Everyone's so nice. There's not a single bad person living there. Oh, I know, Javi. You should come visit my hometown sometime. Visit your home? Yeah, the ocean there is really pretty too. The colors are a little deeper than they are here. It's like so many jewels sparkling in the light. I'm sure you'll love it, Javi. I'd love for you to come and visit. We can go see all sorts of things. There's this shop that sells great ham sandwiches. I don't have the money for a trip. Maybe not now, but you could in the future. Or, if you're interested at all, I could ask Orlando to bring you back with us, Javi. If you don't want to stay here, that is. Along with the guy you're looking for? Yeah, I'm sure he'd be happy to have you along. Give it some thought. You would enjoy it, I'm sure. You sound like a child. Huh? Nothing. I doubt I could ever get permission to leave. Permission? Oh, right. Are your parents pretty strict, Javi? No. They're dead. Both my mom and dad. What? They were murdered. So I'm staying with an acquaintance. They try to work me like a horse, though. So I sneak out here when I get the chance. Was it in the war? The war? What are you talking about, lady? Huh? Wasn't your country involved in a war not too long ago? There was a war, yes, but no soldiers ever reached this village. Then, why would they be killed? It was the beast. The beast? Yes, the beast. He showed up one day and destroyed everything. The peace, my family, my friends, merchants and travelers visiting the village. Everyone and everything. He slaughtered everything, and then he disappeared. That man, that bestia, destroyed everything. He's a murderous beast. The whole village is terrified of him. They go through their days like lifeless dolls, enveloped in his storm cloud of terror. Bestia. A murderous beast. So the grim air hanging in the village isn't because of the war. It's because a beast has been killing people. A beast? Why would... But... Hey, Javi. You said there were merchants and travelers visiting the village. Can you describe them for me? There were all sorts, like the ones who stopped by the road to somewhere else, and an international trader on his way to purchase goods. Alrighty. I think that'll do it for now. We've been streaming for a long time, but hey, okay, so now we are starting now obviously the two narratives going on behind this door were already attached already. We know that the merchant who went to the door in the first place was the same one that's her lover. But now we've got the two stories really coming together because now they're narratively telling us a story, not just having the character jump into the separate narration. So, okay. So yeah, I'm enjoying this one so far. I think I was liking the story and the dialogue between characters a little better in the first door, but this one, like I said, at the beginning of the stream, I like that these are completely different narratives, and of course I'm looking for more of the connective tissues between the doors as we're going on. But yeah, so we will continue from here. Let me go ahead and save. And saved. Nice. Okay. So yeah, once that's all done, what am I talking about? Once that's all done. So yeah, once I'll figure out when I'm going to stream again. Maybe tomorrow, maybe not. We'll see. Then I'll drop another link. But yeah, there's not too much to like theorize from what I can gather so far, because this one seems pretty straightforward compared to the last one, where we could kind of guess, what was going on. This one just doesn't have. It's far simpler, having the lost lover and the Beauty and the Beast story. The only thing that's a little more curious is just the reappearance of the white-haired girl and what she means to the story. So, and obviously I'm thinking that her alongside the maid will be, the pieces that are always going to remain consistently there throughout the story. But we'll see. Okay, but anyways, yeah. I appreciated folks stopping by, and it was a fun time, and I'll let you all know when I'm going to stream again on Minds and then on the Discord servers I'm in. So I thank you all for swinging by and watching and listening, and I hope that you're all staying warm, staying safe, and really, 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 really hoping that you're staying happy. Do your best to find stuff in life that makes you smile, makes you content and peaceful with life. So yeah, enjoy that, and stay safe, happy, and I'll see you next time. Take care.